Nitish seems like he's in a better place, and it was a back, so it's getting better. But I think the call will be taken later on today or tomorrow, based on how he pulls up and how he feels today.
Considering the fact that MI are sort of a nothing to lose position, how tricky is the match?
Well, I don't think we're perceiving it from that point of view. I think we're looking at where we're coming from and what we want to achieve. So I think the perception that we're looking at is that we have a number of games to go and we need to win a certain number of those. And for us, it's taking one game at a time, keeping our goal in mind. So we want to definitely finish in the top two. So keeping that in mind, we're trying to work our way up to that place.
Yes.
Easy. Yeah.
Can you just spell out pros and cons of a sort of smaller squad? Does it give additional sense of responsibility and confidence to especially younger Indian players, or does it? How does it go?
Well, I think with a smaller squad, I think the roles are more well defined. Boys have a clearer picture of what their roles are within the unit. It doesn't take too long to get to know one another personally, and I think it's everyone gets to travel, no one's left behind. So the sense of unity is a lot more. So I think there are more pros than cons. I think with the option that IPL gives us, that within the first 7 games, if anyone gets injured and they need replacement, we will be able to replace them. I think that also is helps in the fact that you can have a smaller squad, and I think it especially for the youngsters, it gives them a sense of clarity as to what direction they're heading in. And in my experience in the last 10-11 years playing the IPL, is that the fewer changes you make within the side, the more successful you tend to be. So I think with a smaller squad, you also have that many fewer options. So gives you a better chance of being successful.
You've been an opening batsman for a long time, gone down. What do you make of Sunil Narayan as an opening batsman? People know him. Cricketer specifically is an opening bowler.
Well, so Sunil is someone who's this is something that even we didn't know till I think last year. He's someone who's always enjoyed batting. Someone who's always been more of a batsman who can bowl than a bowler. But what he bowled and what he does with his bowling skill is so special that the batting got overshadowed. So he could always bat, and when we saw that throwing up to the top of the order, making him open the batting, he could utilize that power play so well with the way he bats. And having someone like me at number 3, I think makes it easier for the team management also to make that decision, just in case a wicket falls quickly, then you have another opening batsman going in. So I think that makes it easier for us to make that decision, and he's come off so well. I think it also has done a world of good to his confidence personally. I think from the outside, when I look at it, he's got another opportunity to contribute to the team, and which has made him more successful, I think, as a player.
It's not tough for him to come back. He's in and out of SRM so many times, action and all. Difficult for him, isn't it, for a bowler like
So one thing that's special about Sunil is that he's a very strong guy. He's a very quiet chap off the field as well. But having said that, he's mentally extremely strong, and we know that he can always fall back on us as a unit. And I think as a franchisee, KKR have been there for him and have taken care of him really well. So I think all of that only builds to his confidence and the fact that if there are any shortcomings at any point in time, he can bounce back from any of it.
Fine.
We saw Shubman Gill playing the match winning knock the other night. So do we see him coming again up the order tomorrow? Does that give him more time to settle as a batsman?
Well, I think, as a youngster, looking at the batting order that we had with Nitish Rana, with the kind of flexibility that he brings us with that left and right hand combination, Shubman wouldn't be finding a spot at the top 4 or 5, because you can't send DK lower than 5. and so that's why Shubman found himself at number 6 and number 7, floating. But it's given the situation, I think it's a good problem to have. And as a youngster, for him to get that kind of match time to play, under pressure, be it fielding, batting, being on the field, just getting match time is a big plus, I think. So I think he's taken a lot of that match time, and when the opportunity came, he came out there and expressed himself. And even in that Delhi game, he really took responsibility, and he was batting really well, which gave us an outside chance in that game till he was batting with Andre. And when he got out, the game kind of slipped out for us. So, I think he understands, and I think the younger generation today, with the kind of exposure that they have, is that they're so much more mature at such a young age. They're willing to take on the onus, they're willing to take on the responsibility for the side, on behalf of the side, to take the team through. And Shubman and a lot of the other under-19 boys have been, just massive examples of that. Of the way cricket's moving forward.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.